What's up, guys? Honadis50 here, bringing you My Hero Academia manga review. This was chapter 215, titled The Final Chapter. Now, I know a lot of people are going to lose their minds over this chapter, especially the way it ended and the way it began. It began with Deku, like I said last time, he was able to use black rope and stop those two big pipes that were headed towards him. I thought they were boilers, but they're actually pipes. And he stops him, and he starts thinking to himself about everything he's been through and how All Might just didn't train him physically to get stronger, but he was showing him how to actually be grateful thanks to your friends and family, and always stay in the right state of mind, and always keep your heart and emotions in check. And he says, as long as I keep following this, example that All Might set before me and go beyond, I can control my powers, so I'm not scared to use them. So he continued to try to use black rope to hold him in place, which he did. But after a while, he had dropped the two containers and black rope disappeared. And he realized that even though he has 20% of All Might's power that he can use, it's not good enough for him to control or use black rope. Which means for Deku to use the other 6 quirks he's supposed to unlock, it's going to be very difficult for him to unlock them and even use them, I should say, because of how All for One is. Right now he doesn't have mastery over One for All. So basically, because he doesn't have that mastery, he's not going to be able to use the other powers for a long time. So I like how Horikoshi put that in. That's a great way, and I have to applaud Horikoshi for that. Because now that Deku has that weakness, that even though he has 20% of All for One under control, we know that's not good enough for him to control black rope. So if he can't control black rope, which is an enhanced version, that's the one he has, he's not going to be able to use the enhanced version of the other quirks that he's supposed to unlock. Which means that Deku, for now, is still going to have to train and have mastery and gain control of One for All first, before he focuses on the other quirks. So I like how he has that handicap. So yeah, Deku might have 6 other quirks that he's going to be able to use eventually in the future, but until he gets his main quirk under control, which is All for One, he's not going to be able to use the other ones. So I like that handicap. It makes sense now. Because it's like, for him to use the other 6 powers, he must have All for One under control. So, or at least at a level equal to being able to control those. So it makes sense now. So I like that handicap. Because, if he had 6 other quirks and he could just shift between them and use them freely or use them all simultaneously, that would be too OP and broken. And a lot of people were complaining about that for the recent chapters, for the past 2 to 3 weeks. But now, thanks to this limitation and that puts even more strain on his body, it's nice to know that we won't have to worry about Deku pulling off quirks just randomly and being too OP. He does have some good restrictions to it. So, again, I applaud Horikoshi for putting that in. That was great writing. I told a lot of people that Horikoshi is a great writer. He's not just going to give Deku 6 more powers and not put some dramatic effect on Deku, because it wouldn't make sense writing-wise. So I like this weakness a lot. But as the chapter continues, everybody notices, even Kachan is kind of upset because he notices that Deku's in pain, and he drops the 2 pipes and the dark shadows, the black ropes, that we know the name of the quirk, black rope, but they call it shadows. The shadows in their eyes disappears, and Deku's in pain. And Shinzo was like, "Well, you were playing with me this whole time? If I would have known this, I would have took back my mercy from you." And he just decided to run off. And Deku decides to run after him, and he's using his quirk again. But instead of using all 20%, he's only using 8%. And he decides to run after him with 8%. And where he's running after him, we have the scene where Ochaka is taking Monoma back to the cage to get a point. Because remember, you have to capture your enemy and put them in the cage to actually defeat them and get that point. So she does it, but he says something very interesting that I believe a lot of people, this is going to slip their minds. He started to explain his quirk more to Ochaka, and he was like, "See my 3 watches? 3 watches is how many quirks I can copy. And even if I stop using one quirk to copy another, to use another quirk that I copied, the first quirk effect will still kick in. So let's say if I enlarge something with my first watch, but then I switched over to my second watch to use Kodai's twice impact. Whatever I enlarged the first time will still be enlarged. I won't be able to control it no more, but the effect of the quirk will still last until time runs out. Because you know, those watches shows him how much time limit he has for each quirk he copies, and the more he copies quirks, the more or less the time will be. So the fact that he's actually deep explaining his quirk to her, it's weird. Because usually in anime, an enemy only explain their quirk to you or their abilities to you when one, they feel overpowered and confident and they feel that you can't do nothing, and this gives the main characters an idea to turn it around. Or in this case, what I believe is the second thing that we see also common in anime, that he's plotting something against them, but he needs them to know what it is so the plan can work out. It's more like a mind game. And we also get to see some character development for Chaka as well, because besides the fact that she actually beat him and she captured him and got that point, we notice that she knows not to talk to him, because if she ends up talking to him and Shinzo goes around and he answers, and there's actually Shinzo and not him talking, then she can actually get caught by Shinzo's ability. So she's answering his questions, but she's doing it with sign languages and facial expressions, not with her voice. So that was pretty smart on her part. Not to mention in this chapter, Ochaka takes out not just Monoma, but she takes out two other people. The two other people she takes out are females. She takes out the Portuguese chick. I believe her name is Rico. She knocks her off with a karate chop in the back of the neck, and she's just there on the floor, like, rolling. And then the other chick, the one who can enlarge stuff and throw it at you, I believe her name is Yangi, or Yanagi. I'm probably butchering her name, but she's basically stuck her to the wall with zero gravity. Plus, Mineba's balls are there, and you know, only he can take them off or put them on you. So she's stuck there with both the gravity in place in her and her hands being stuck to those black balls, which we see the panel where Chaka gravity slams her into that wall and moves her hands on the black balls. So those two chicks are down for the count. They're not going to get the points for them because Ochaka didn't get to put them in the cage, but Momona is in the cage, so that's one person caught, two down. And then, as we see in the thumbnail, the final chapter, we have Mineta being caught by that big kid with the explosion quirk that is called twice impact. He can cause a double of an impact of a sound or a barrier explosion and make it twice as greater and make two sounds of it. He actually ends up catching on Mineta's techniques, and he actually ended up catching him and putting him in a chokehold. It didn't last long because Mina, she slips up out of nowhere and she uppercuts him to save Mineta. And while that's going on in one panel, one half on the right side, on the left side we see Ezekiel taking down Shinzo. He actually takes him down. He actually takes him down the same way he was taken down in the fight when he fought I almost said Byakuya. I'm sorry, when he fought what's his name? I always forget his name. I don't like this character, but everyone else likes him. Kachan. Basically, the way he took him down. If you remember when they fought, he had his face into the ground, and he had his legs on top of his legs, so he wouldn't like skirmish around and try to move or kick him or whatever. Bakugo, there you go. When he fought Bakugo, I always remember his nickname, but not his real name. But yeah, Bakugo. That's the way Bakugo beat Deku the last time they fought. Well, he kind of used the same thing on Shinzo, but instead of being disrespectful and putting his hand in his face, he has his forearm on his chest instead. The proper way a security guard would technically supposed to take you down. So that was the end of the chapter right there. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Even though this was called the final chapter, if you read what it says in the final chapter about thanks to his trust in his teammates, he was able to get a victory. It doesn't say who, it says he. But there's two male leaders. There's Deku for his team, Class A, and for Class B, we have Monoma. So I have a feeling something, I don't know, I just get this weird feeling that Monoma is gonna plot something. And they're all together in the same area. So I wouldn't be surprised if like something falls from the sky, like a trap that Monoma said earlier. and it actually catches Deku and his team, but not the other people. If that's the case, that would give Shinzo, the twice impact kid, that would give them a chance to retaliate. So, and Shinzo, all he needs for you to do is answer one of his questions once, and you caught, and that's pretty basically good night after that. Like, you're not getting up after he catches you. Deku got away with it the first time out of luck, and plot progression really, but I don't think it's gonna happen a second time. But yeah, like I said, Monoma, he plotted something. Something's not gonna feel right. I believe next episode we're gonna see what he did. But that was that chapter, guys. 215 of My Hero Academia. A really great chapter, really great stuff. A lot of progression and story progression and character development for everybody on both Class A and B side. Even the teachers, we even got All Might shook face saying, Deku, what had happened to you in these past couple of minutes that you've been fighting? Because you see like the change in his body and his expression and stuff. And this new quirk manifesting. And we also have a picture of Bakugo there just like in shock, seeing, you know, Deku, what he's going through, and seeing all the other class people, you know, watching the fight as well. So, for better or for worse, this is gonna change the story drastically. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Share down below what you think is gonna happen next week, and what do you think was the point of Mineba's explanation? Did he set something up in that final battle so he could make a turnaround, and the battle's really not over yet? Or was he just talking just to try to talk to catch Ochika in a trap? Tell me who you thought was the VMP of this chapter. Tell me what if you're happy or not about Deku winning, because apparently that's how it looks like. So if Deku does win, are you happy that his team won? Are you sad that his team won? I'm gonna be honest. As much as I love Deku and the people he had on his team, I really believe that Shinzo had a better team, and not just a better team with better quirks and powers, but more of a better strategy. And technically, he should have won this, so him and Deku could be even, and it could also show how great Class B actually has become. But because right now they're a tie in the same amount of wins and losses, but thanks to Deku winning this, they won up on Class B again. So it's like Class B is always getting thrown under the rug, sadly, but it is what it is. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more to get notified whenever I post an upload. Follow me on Twitter, the link will be down below. Have a good one, guys, and be safe. Peace out, and see you again next time.